Hello everyone, welcome back to the third episode of Campus Confessional, your podcast bringing you real stories about real students. I'm your host, Kevin, together with my co-host,
Thalassa.
And Sasha.
And thank you for watching this episode.
Thank you.
Thalassa's going to start off. We got a lot of questions again, as per usual. This podcast is really focused about students that can send in their submissions through Hansa Max International Instagram. And then we're going to discuss it because we all have different perspectives. I'm an international/Dutch student. Thalassa is a fully Dutch student. And then we have Sasha, who's
We're like a gradient, you know, fully Dutch, fully international, and then you're just mixed.
A mix, yeah. I'm best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm gonna sing again.
Yeah, Thalassa's gonna start us off with the first submission of today.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start us off. The first one we got is it worth maintaining a relationship with my boyfriend back home abroad, or should I try to have a fresh start in Groningen? Should I?
Go ahead.
Please, you have the most insight on this.
Okay. I really think that if you love your boyfriend and you're happy in your relationship, there's no reason to have a fresh start. You can have a fresh start and still be in your relationship.
Yeah.
If you're in love and you're happy in your relationship, why would you? I feel like if you already think about wanting a fresh start and maybe breaking up, there's already something wrong.
Then you should already be breaking up.
I don't agree with that. There could always be like...
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're thinking like, oh, maybe I don't want to have a boyfriend. If you're like, and Lisa Micas, if you're really in love, like, if there's no problem in your relationship, like, why would you want to break up?
No, but people question themselves. I think that's healthy.
Yeah.
To question your relationship regardless of how well it's going.
Maybe.
Yeah, but also what you're saying, if you are confident, and also it really depends what age you are. If you are 17 and you're moving to Groningen and you're like, yeah, I want to stay with my boyfriend.
True.
Girl, you barely, like, you were born yesterday, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're like of a bit of an older age, at least 21 plus, and you've been with this significant other person for a few years, you know, you have a strong relationship, then I don't think the distance should matter.
No,
because it's like, I still have a relationship with my parents. I'm not going to find new parents because I moved to Groningen, right?
For a fresh start.
No, but it's not the same. Don't compare them, please.
No, but it's the same logic that...
I don't agree with that.
How so?
No.
If you're happy in your relationship.
How so? Why don't you agree?
You can't have I don't know how to explain it, but it's not the same as having a significant other and as having your parents.
No, but it's the same.
Your significant other could change. Your parents are not going to change.
Well, not mine. Slay
not mine
parents,
either, but
not us talking about our parents again. But no, I understand what you mean, but it's the same logic as like, oh, starting fresh. Like, I don't see you can start fresh and still, like Thalassa was saying, you can start fresh and still be in a relationship with this person.
Depends, because starting fresh can be very subjective. Like, my starting fresh doesn't necessarily mean it's the same as you starting fresh.
That's true. That's true.
And also, I feel like if your relationship is holding you back from whatever you want to do, then maybe you should question it.
Yeah, you should, if your relationship is holding you back in general, then you should question your relationship.
And question it a lot. Yes. I have had multiple, let's call them acquaintances. Acquaintances that like have broken up with their like boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever in between because they moved to a different country. And they did that because they said they don't think that the long distance would have been like a healthy relationship to continue. So they would rather just break up and still have enough love and respect for each other, but then just go their separate ways. I feel like that's always good. And the thing is, you know, you could always be like, oh, you know, we are gonna, you know, be apart for a few years, but if it's meant to be, like if that's your one, then you can always go back.
It wouldn't matter. Distance. Yeah.
No, but I mean more like you can always go back to that person. Like if I move to, let's say I have my boyfriend in Aruba, for example, and when I moved, like I'd be like, yeah, babes, I'm sorry, but like 4 years without seeing you, even though, you know, vacations or whatever, but 4 years without seeing you isn't going to be healthy on me nor you, especially not on our relationship. Then I would rather be like, you know, let's take a break for a few years. And if you're really my one, then
you'll find your way back to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think...
But if it's just a high school boyfriend, girl, dump him.
I was gonna say, talk about it with your friends and your parents. Don't make this decision alone because it's a hard decision to make.
Yeah. And talk to your boyfriend.
And talk.
Yeah, and don't rush into things because when you're in high school, you tend to like jump. Like, oh yeah, this is my boyfriend. I definitely want to be with him, whatever. But as Kevin said, if you're 17,
I used to be so delusional with.
Me too, a bit.
Like an ex-boyfriend that I was I really think I was gonna spend my life with him, and that's
we've all been there.
Like live, laugh, love. But what was I thinking?
Yeah, no. For me, long distance, I don't think I would ever do that. It's just not something I'm open to.
I've done long distance before in my previous relationship. Yeah, twice.
Wow.
Twice, 6 months.
What do you consider long distance? Different country or just far apart from the Netherlands?
Well, he went to my previous relationship. He like traveled for 6 months, so I only could see him once in those 6 months. And it was hard, but it was fine.
Yeah, but 6 months is different than moving to another place for university for what, 3-4 years.
But I think for me now, because I know that I can do it. Like if I would have to move countries right now, I would stay with my boyfriend, obviously. So I think it really depends on your relationship, and you should discuss it with him as well.
Yeah.
Like communication is key.
I have a follow-up question for you guys, and then I'll give you my POV on this. Do you feel like if you meet like a person and you're really in love and you've had a relationship for like a lot of years and you really like see a future together, and then there comes a point where you decide, for example, oh, I'm gonna go move to Canada because like I have an amazing job opportunity.
Canada.
And what?
Oh, sorry, I was like Canada. Sorry.
I'm gonna move to Canada for like a job opportunity. Do you feel like if you're like the other person in that relationship, not the voice crack again?
No comment right there.
No. Do you feel like the person? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, should your boyfriend or your girlfriend like
be willing to move with you?
Be willing to move with you if there's nothing holding them back besides like, oh yeah, I don't really want to like.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's their life.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, if my boyfriend were to do that, I don't have a boyfriend, but whatever.
You'll get one soon.
And I have nothing there, it's just like be this biggest effort from my part, I wouldn't necessarily move there.
Because I've had a lot of, I've seen a lot of, seen a lot of situations where like, oh, I met this great person and now we're moving to the same country together.
Yes, but that could not be me. It's just like, that's me.
But it sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't, unfortunately. But like, I do feel like in a relationship, it's not healthy at all for it to have a like pressure factor of, oh, I'm personally moving to this country for my future, and because I love you so much and you're in a relationship with me, I would love for you to move with me. But I don't feel like it should be like a factor like, oh, okay, so I have to put my
shouldn't feel like an obligation.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree.
But if the man or the woman agrees to it, then that's that's a different situation.
I would, for me personally, I'm a very open-minded person. I would love to move anywhere in the world, actually. And my boyfriend has a very specific job. So if he like finds a job somewhere and he's like, I would love for you to move there with me, I'm super open-minded to it. But I don't feel like you have to, have to follow the person you love. But I do think like if you want to have a future together.
No, but like I do very much think it's important. If I have to think back of like what my mom would say or like my dad and how their relationship is over the past, they've been married for 27 years, 28 years. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Mom. But my mom has explained to me multiple times that like as much as like she's fully married to my dad, it's a full relationship, blah, 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 fully lovey-dovey. But they are both their individual people.
I love lovey-dovey.
Exactly. Like, they did, for example, move. They used to live in Aruba. They moved back to the Netherlands. So they did make that decision together. But that's because, mostly like coincidentally, you could say, they both had like a feeling of, no, this is going to be better for us both individually and like as a duo. Yeah. But I do feel like in a relationship, it's like, I have my life and I'm living my life to however I want to. You have yours. And then we have our like...
Yeah, that is exactly how my mom raised me. For example, for 3 years almost, my mom has been in the US doing a PhD that's completely like separate from my dad.
That's so big cool.
Yes, she only comes home like 3 times a year, including the summer break. And she was, for her, doing whatever she likes, what her passions are, is like really important, more important than her relationship with... Yeah. Well, that actually sounds bad, but...
No, I think it's really cool.
No, it's like...
I was going to say more important than her relationship with my dad, but it's not that. It's just the way I was going to word it didn't sound...
And also, we understand. Your life is not like... your entire personality can't be your boyfriend. or your girlfriend.
Exactly, or your significant, your
whoever, you know?
Yes.
Like, you should be your own person, and then, oh yeah, I'm also in a very loving relationship.
But it can be
you
difficult.
should still be independent within your own relationship.
Independence is very important.
But we do recognize that it is difficult because if you're in love with someone.
Yeah. I've not experienced it yet, so I think it's very difficult for me to have a proper opinion on this to help the person that asked this question. But I do feel like you should, as Sasha was saying, you should talk about it with like your boyfriend or your girlfriend first of all.
Definitely your parents.
Definitely your parents, if they are helpful, if they're there.
And definitely your significant other.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, should we move on?
Before we move on to the second question, I just wanted to give a little quick, like, what do you call that? Public announcement.
Public announcement.
I made these fun cards, like our cue cards that we can use for during the show to record, but I forgot it in the last 2 episodes. The last episode, I think I dropped it on the floor. Yeah. And now this time I just left it at home. So we just have the papers. But
we're not as professional.
Yeah. But so just in case you guys are wondering, you know.
Where they are.
What happened to the professionalism?
If you find them on the
street
streets
along the way.
If someone finds them.
It's honestly marketing if someone finds them on the street.
Sorry.
To be honest, yeah.
I should have put like available on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, a little QR code.
For the next round.
Okay. Anyways, go ahead, Sasha. Okay.
The next question, should I be open about my mental health struggles with friends and professors, or keep it in private to avoid judgment? Or like talk about it with my friends, but I'm scared they might judge me too.
Did you just have a voice crack, by the way?
Did I? I stumbled over my words. Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting until somebody else has a voice crack because
it's not gonna happen.
I've been having voice cracks and I don't think it's embarrassing. I'm a 20-year-old man, but if there's not a lot of wrong things about me, you know. I don't do drugs, but if I have voice cracks, then did I just have one again? I think I did. If I have voice cracks, then I think that's fine, you know. It's okay.
Kevin, you can't be perfect. You gotta have a little something, okay? As much as you'd like to think otherwise.
Okay, can we get to a serious topic?
Okay, yes, please.
And
mental health.
Mental health is so important. Yeah. Who wants to start?
I'll start on this one. Okay. I feel like if you are a person that's like struggling with your mental health on whatever level it is, whatever you may have like gone through, if you don't have people to talk to about it, either if it's a friend, a professor, whoever it could be, that is so important. Like you need to be able to express yourself. You need to have some guidance of other people. And if you're scared that, for example, a professor or their friends are going to judge you for it, then you cannot have those people at all in your life.
Yes, but the way you said it, you can't choose your professors. You can choose your friends. But
you can choose the people you talk to. That's what I'm talking about. And if this person is scared to, for example, let's say a professor that I do appreciate a lot, Peter. I have, for example, spoken to him about some things that I may have gone through, may or may not. Yeah. Don't quote me on it. And I do feel like allegedly. I specifically went to him because I knew that he was going to be able to guide me well. So, but for example, if he were to judge me or like treat me differently now in class because of that, then that is the wrong person to talk to. You should really have someone you can trust and like, you know, have confidence in.
Usually schools also have like trusted
support systems
that you can go to.
The school does offer a lot of
student counseling. Like counselors for students?
No, but specifically the Hanze, and I'm pretty sure the Rug as well. Yeah, probably. They provide like psychologists and student help for people that are going through, because it's like, as much as people try to believe that like mental health among young students isn't like a real struggle,
it is.
It truly is, and I feel
maybe not for everybody, but it is.
But there needs to be more like light shed, because it's really important, and I feel like people sometimes pretend like it's not.
Kevin just said that he like opened up to a teacher, and I did as well. Like I opened up to like one of our like our mentors, and also told her about some things, you know, that I was dealing with, and I think that's really good to do, just because, not also just for yourself, because it like lights the burden, like helps with the burden of feeling.
You can get it off your chest.
You can get it off your chest, but it's also good for your teachers, because then it can affect your school and your attendance and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And talking to your professors, it can give them like, oh, that's why. Not just because maybe you don't want them to think that you don't care, you know?
Yeah.
Because you probably do. And yeah, they can help you. Then you can always say like, hey, I just wanted to tell you, I don't need help, I don't need guidance, I just want you to know. And if you do need help, yeah, then you can definitely, they can help you find maybe like a guidance counselor or like a therapist.
For sure.
Or
Sometimes people just want to get it off their chest.
Yeah,
They're not necessarily looking for
exactly
a solution or to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to like specifically answer the question,
Please open up.
Do not keep it private. Like you have to be very specific to who you talk to about it, because you want to make sure that it's a judgment-free zone, like our show, judgment-free zone.
If you need us,
But like,
please hit us up.
Please do talk to someone about it, because it's like, for example, in the past, for example, in my elementary school and like in high school, I used to get bullied a lot, and I didn't have a lot of friends that I could talk to about it, because I just didn't have any friends in general, to be honest. But like the one person that I always opened up to and that I still open up to this day is my mom.
Yeah,
and I know
too.
that not everyone has that blessing of being able to open up to their parents about it. I am very much aware of that. But it's like, even some people, for example, they have their aunt or their grandma or a guidance counselor, or just like, you know, anyone that you feel like you can really trust and that will not judge you for whatever you're going through. So point is, please open up to someone, find someone you can talk to, someone that's safe to talk to.
Also, for some people, it helps talking or opening up to random people on the internet.
Yeah, there are like
I think there are sites for that.
yeah, and also these hotlines that you can call for mental health.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
You can just Google like mental health hotline, and
Yeah.
then your
Definitely.
country that you're in, and you
There's
can call.
not necessarily like a call thing. You can also text. So
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
have
also
to
text.
speak to someone
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
phone.
There's always help. There's always
Yes.
someone willing to help
Just
you,
have
and
to-
there's always someone willing to listen.
And
Yeah.
And
please,
it's very difficult to
do
probably
open up.
like open up and like find the confidence in yourself to open up about such private things about your life.
Yes, because
But
it can be very
trust me-
hard and scary.
yeah,
Trust
it is
me,
scary.
it will like
Get
help
better.
so much.
And but something that helps me is like, if you overthink or worry about something, my boyfriend actually like taught me this, it will still be a problem in 3 months. Like in 3 months from now,
That is a good
will I
idea.
look back at this and be like, oh my God, you know, that impacted me so much? Or will I be like, oh, that was just a minor inconvenience?
Yeah.
Don't let
I-
it consume you, you know? Like,
Because you're just gonna end up miserable.
I used to have
unfortunately.
but it's
such like,
difficult, yeah.
sorry to disturb.
No.
I used to have like such like overthinking issues like in the past
Mm-hmm.
when I was not the confident person you see before you today. But like I used to be overthink a lot. I used to be pretty insecure about like the decisions I was making in my life, people I was surrounding myself with, etc. But like I had that same exact mindset. Like I don't know who taught me that, but like the same thing of like, okay, you're like crashing about something now. Are you gonna even remember this in 2 months, 3 months?
Exactly.
And fun fact, I did not.
No, of course you don't.
I
But
genuinely did
no,
not.
sometimes you do, but most of the times,
Most of the time, like
the problem is always bigger in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
Okay.
Please talk to someone.
Yeah.
That's her.
Moral of the story.
Moral of the
We're
story,
always
talk to
here for
someone.
you. So if you
Yeah.
do really want someone to talk to, you can always DM one of us.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
I feel like Thalassa specifically has more like insight on this because you're a bit more older than us.
Yeah.
So message.
Anyone can message me.
Exactly.
I would love to help.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic. Should I go along with social expectations, like partying and drinking, even when it affects my mental health, or risk feeling excluded by setting some personal boundaries?
Definitely no.
Please
Like,
set personal boundaries.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that is
that's really
boundaries
good.
in
Yeah.
general are so important, especially when it comes to relationships with other people. It doesn't matter if it's romantical or platonic.
My boundaries are so like
Hi.
high.
Yeah,
And like my
you're really
wall,
good at that.
Yes, I feel like that's so important, and many people don't actually do that, but it's essential to set boundaries with other people.
For sure.
So you don't get
Because-
walked on, so people respect you.
Yeah.
And something that I've always learned is like, you will never know what someone's true intentions are. And since I'm a person, I'm very, very careful and very strategic with the people I surround myself with. If you don't benefit my life, I'm not going to have you in my life. And that sounds rude and that sounds like itchy, but put a B in front of that word. But like it's just because I'm like,
wait.
Realization kicked in.
we're trying not to curse on this show, you know, we have to keep it PG-13. But like I do feel like if you are surrounding yourself with people that like are only bringing you down or only making you feel like you have to question, like if you have
Your
to go out with them,
choices? No.
then no, don't hang out with those people at all.
Exactly.
Like, whatsoever.
Going out shouldn't feel like a chore. Like you
No.
need to be there in order to make friends. Even though we can agree that it's such a big thing here. We also talked about it last episode. But no,
And,
it's
like,
definitely
but
not a must.
even if you are friends, I can give a very specific example. You guys went to like a housewarming party last week or something.
We did.
Yeah.
You invited
fun.
me. I said no because not only was I not even in Groningen, but also
And a long ass week.
that
right?
too.
Yeah.
And I just had a really long week, you know, and I was just not feeling it. And I just was like, no, I'm not gonna go. But like the fact that you guys didn't have a problem with that's a good thing, obviously. But I do feel like some people take it the wrong way when a friend says no to going out. It's like, no,
It
I
shouldn't
don't want
mean
to.
anything.
Yeah.
No.
It's just, yeah. No, I definitely do that a lot. Especially, I'm not a very much going out person. Like, getting drunk and stuff. I do like a party sometimes. I do like going out. I just don't like getting drunk anymore. I never did. Which is why I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
So,
You don't drink anymore?
not
Sasha
really.
was
What?
drunk once.
I've been drunk, really drunk only 2 times in my life. I've been drinking.
Sasha, didn't you tell me you came home at like 5 a.m. 2 days ago?
Yes, but
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
she didn't
drink.
drink.
I said I like going out. I like.
How did you stay up until 5 without alcohol? That's like a genuine curiosity.
No, but did you drink not at all? Like a little bit, right?
No, I didn't drink at all.
Oh, okay.
Not one.
I thought you had a little
Oh
bit.
my
No.
god, I'm shocked.
Well, I had
Genuinely, like
one
not even
shot
in a bad way, but
because
wow.
it was free for the at the
Entrance?
entrance. Yeah, for the first people who got to the party. But that's it. I can't drink anymore. It does sound. What I'm gonna say is gonna sound so bad. I've been drinking since I was 15. I just can't do it anymore.
How old are you now?
I'm 19. I'm turning 20 this year. And I used to drink a lot.
We're old.
Yeah.
You're 1 year older than me.
He's turning 22.
I'm turning
No.
21.
Exactly. So he's 1 year older.
No, but like, once again, I feel like this is the second time that I've like said something that can sound mean, but I'm not. Oh my god, Sasha's going to hate me so much. No, but I'll say it. I do feel like even though we are 1 year older, we are definitely in very different stages of our lives. Even though there's only a 1 year age difference. But like, and I'm not saying you're higher or I'm higher or whoever. It's not a level thing. It's
No,
just
it is different because we also have different responsibilities. I have
Exactly.
jobs. I don't.
like
So,
700
yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
Me too. I feel like my life is just working in school.
Same.
Yeah.
Like
But that's-
Sasha
it
asked me if I
wasn't
wanted to
really-
get like froyo this week,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm busy, girl.
Actually, this week for me is kind of.
Unless you want to get froyo like after it's 8 p.m., 7 p.m., then sure.
I wish.
We can get drinks after 7 p.m. But anyway, we're rambling.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
The question was more like if you should like, you know, risk feeling excluded because you're setting personal boundaries.
Yeah.
Girl, no. You should make decisions to whatever you feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
If you feel like not going out, do not go out. Do not feel pressured by friends ever.
No.
And I feel like we talked about this lightly in the last episode, but I'm so glad we are talking more about it now. Your friends, you really need to be careful who you choose as friends because not everybody has good intentions. And really just surround yourself with good and positive people that benefit your life.
Exactly. And people that make you feel good about yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's also very important. Yeah.
Any
I
intake,
think-
Thalassa?
I think you guys said it all. Maybe for me sometimes my social battery runs out like when like I'm going out or something. Or like I plan something and I'm like, oh, I'm super excited, and then when I have to go I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
But then when I'm actually there I'm like, oh, this is actually fun. I'm having a great time. So but you can always leave. You know, if you're not having
that's
a
my
good
favorite
time,
favorite thing to do. I've gone out.
God.
just go home.
Just go home.
Just be like, oh, actually, I think we had the house party.
Yeah.
And I had a very shitty day. Like Sasha knew, like things were just. I had a shitty day. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't say that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Twice.
It's always me.
Beep beep.
I had a bad day, and then we had the house party, and then we went out, and I want to go home, and I said, hey guys,
I'm
I
going
had a
home.
bad day. I want to go home. I texted my boyfriend. I was like, hey, like, I kind of want to go home. I'm not feeling very well. He was like, I'll pick you up and let's go home together. And I was like, that was absolutely great. And that was the best choice for my mental health. I was not hungover.
I've like gone out with like girls of my class, and it was like super fun. I do like hang out with them, you know, it is always a fun time. But at some point, like, we went to this club and it was just like a little too busy. I got a little uncomfortable, and I was just like, I'm gonna go home. And I was like, bye. And I
yes, I've done that as well multiple
and it was
times.
honestly me riding on my bike home. I literally felt like I'm
so
on
good.
top of the world, because it was literally such like a good feeling that not to be pressured to stay because my friends are there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did feel bad leaving, but the next day I was
But
like,
that's
was
okay.
it-
That's only because you're a good-hearted person. But it's like you decided for your better self that you just wanted to leave,
That's so
and
nice.
girl, that's fine.
I agree.
Do you leave whenever you're just not feeling it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Sasha, very good.
I've
Boundaries.
left. Thalassa knows. I've left multiple times.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's just not feeling it. It
Yeah,
happens.
and that is okay.
That is okay.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm yawning.
You're.
You're thinking
Sorry,
about going
it's
home.
been a long day again, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're boring him, Thalassa.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That too.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's not feeling it anymore.
Should we go to the next one?
Yes.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, even from the previous 3 questions, since we talked about pretty serious things this time? Is there anything you guys want to go back to just to straighten things out, or you feel like you clarified
Yeah, because the
everything?
next one is kind of a jump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true.
We did want to end it off with like a lighter note.
positive, yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, I just want to repeat this word like the 500th time for whoever needs to hear this, for whoever needs to like have this be heard. I don't know why I changed.
Your mental health matters the most.
And I wanted to say, find
Oh, yeah, so
people.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh my God, don't worry. Find people that you can talk to. Find someone that you can like trust and open up to, because if you keep it by yourself, you will explode.
Yeah. Surround
It's just
yourself.
a matter of when, not if.
Yeah.
You are gonna explode.
Yeah.
Girl.
Surround yourself with
Direct.
like positive people, and with people you can talk. You don't even have to be positive all the time.
No.
You
For
know?
me, it's the other way around. You don't have to be negative all the time.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah.
girl, can we talk about that?
No.
Okay, this is the 3rd time you're calling me out. People are gonna think you hate me.
I love
Wow.
Sasha's.
I'm kidding.
What did you say?
Okay, I was like, I love Sasha's. How am I
I
gonna
love you,
put this?
butts.
No, no, but. No bits and butts. But what was like? I love Sasha's. How do you say? Not you're not negative. You have your comments. I
I
love
mean,
it.
directness.
No.
No.
No. That was a little loud. I'm so sorry. Now you're directness, like your comments. Like when Sasha doesn't like something, she's like,
She will
Yeah.
tell you, and she will go
"Let
for
me
the
call
gutter.
this thing out. Let me
You
call
will
it
go
out."
for the jugular. You will. Yep,
Yeah.
That stab is deep.
Yeah, I like it.
I will take it as a compliment, though.
Sure.
Thank you.
Slay. Okay. Shall we jump to the next question? This is pretty much
Yeah.
like ending it up on a lighter note, because
Yeah.
this is not only the depresso hour.
And we wanted to talk about mental health because it truly matters.
Yeah,
And it's important to have light subjects as well as heavier
Exactly.
heavier
And
ones.
also that is also something that you can do when you are, for example, if you're overthinking, if you're really struggling. I know this is very difficult to say, especially coming from someone that isn't dealing with a lot of mental health issues, but like, distract yourself. Don't keep it in your head so many times. If you're not like openly talking about it, distract yourself. If you're just in your room and you keep like overthinking and you keep crying, or you keep
Go
like,
for a walk. The weather's nice. It's the best thing ever.
Try
Go
to do
for a
something
walk.
to distract you.
Put on some music.
Or
Just walk
find
around.
maybe like find a hobby or something that could help. For me, like journaling helps, or drawing also helps. And those things, like if I'm
Drawing.
overwhelmed, I like to draw, or I like to journal.
Or coloring.
Write down. Yeah, coloring if you
Because
don't
not
like
all
drawing.
people can draw, but
Yeah.
coloring is relaxing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those things could help.
Okay, Kevin?
It's all gonna be okay. You'll be okay no matter what.
Yes.
Okay. Should I jump us off to the
Yes,
last
please.
question of today?
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a singing show as much as Thalassa wants us to be a singing show. It's not.
Sound of music.
I love the sound of music.
Me too.
It's such a good movie.
What on earth is the hype about
Oh, yeah.
King's Day?
I was gonna start about sound of music.
You are Dutch. Okay, listen, let me let me give a proper introduction to this question. Okay. So they're asking.
No, but you're negative about it. You said that you don't like it.
Can I
calling him out again?
Beef on this show. Wow.
You're calling out Sasha. And I'm calling.
Yeah.
Who's calling out Thalassa? Nobody.
He said that I'm singing all the time.
Yeah.
But you can't. I don't think that's in the show.
What I was saying was, like they're asking what the hype is about King's Day. I'm assuming this is either an international person. If it's a Dutch person, that's questionable. Well,
that is concerning.
Yeah, but so it's a national holiday here in the Netherlands where they celebrate the king. It used to be Queen's Day, but now we have
a king
in the Netherlands, and it's just like a national holiday where people go out to celebrate. Like everybody's wearing orange. There are a lot of festivals and markets. And
I love it.
it's like a whole day of celebrations, and I've heard that it's really, really fun. I've not experienced it how you celebrate it in the Netherlands. In Aruba, there's like a lot of like sports activities usually, like at school.
Oh yeah, and the primary schools here as well.
Yeah, it's the same thing, and it's like the same like Kinderen voor Kinderen, I think, like performances.
They make like a song every year. Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
so good. I love those.
Sasha has no idea what we're talking about.
General idea, yes, I've heard about it, but
but Kinderen voor Kinderen is like kids for kids.
Yes, I understood that. As I said, day 19 of Dutch.
Yeah, that's a good one. And they release a song every year, and they have a dance with the song. And then in primary school, you dance to the song. With everybody.
Like to be specific, it is a real Dutch thing. I feel like as an international, for example, Sasha from Romania, you will genuinely not understand the hype about it. Because
I can technically understand
but it's like more, you don't have any cultural attachment to it.
Oh, no.
But I don't have a negative opinion on this day. I just don't like really big parties and like crowds of people.
No, me neither.
And on King's Day, I've seen pictures of Amsterdam last year.
Me too. It was insane.
And you just see orange everywhere and like heads of people, because everyone's wearing orange, and you just see like heads of people, and it's like, no, that is too much, too much alcohol, too many people, too many screens.
I agree. But you don't have to. For me, I really don't like festivals.
Too much testosterone.
And you have these little markets everywhere. And my parents are from like a smaller town close by. And like the whole main street is just filled with little markets and kids, and everybody's selling their stuff or like baked goods. I just love it. I love waking up and then putting on my orange shirt, forcing my international boyfriend to walk around and like try out pastries and buy little trinkets and
we kind of have that, but that's just like for Romania's national day, 1st of December.
What you're saying is there's, for the person that's asking this question, there's more to just like the partying and like the
there's so much more. I feel like if you like festivals, you should definitely try out like Kingsland, for example, in Groningen. If you don't, there's so much more than just... Also, there are bars in the city center that is insane. Another yawn. Sorry.
I love how Thalassa cannot keep anything to herself ever.
That's not true.
Yes. Yeah, when it's on this show, anytime I have a voice crack,
because we're her friends. No, but she doesn't say that about random people.
Well.
No.
You do.
I have this thing where I repeat people.
This is about Thalassa.
It's okay. I have this thing where I repeat what people say without noticing it. So once my friends and I were on like a little weekend trip, and there was this restaurant next to us, and it was like a group of international people. These are my Dutch friends, and they were like, "We are not amused," and I would like full chest went, "We are not amused," and like the lady like flips her head, and she goes, and my friends, "Oh, so sorry, and I just went like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It's just like a tick or something. I can't help it. I do it.
No, I was more referring to is we are filming a show, and I'm secretly yawning because I know that our production, Love Production, will not like put it on camera, and then you call me out on it. That's what I was referring to.
And now it needs to be on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope we get a full shot of your face yawning. That would be great.
Talk to production.
Okay, back to King's Day.
Yeah.
King's Day, yeah. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I have mixed opinions about it. It's a day off of school and work, so I enjoy that.
That's already...
I have no opinion. I'm ready to try it out, though.
Yeah.
You should go to Amsterdam since you love it so much.
No, don't, because it's going to be too busy.
So if...
Go with friends.
Who?
I don't know.
You can always join me and
I
Thomas.
would go because I am your friend, but I'm
You
not
just
gonna.
said you didn't want to.
Kevin wants to be out.
Did you just call me Tevin?
Because I just said Thomas, and then I said Kevin, so it was Tevin.
I'm gonna let it slide. You know why? Because roll the tapes back, but there have been multiple times this episode that I called Sasha Thalassa and I called you Sasha. So
They just hate me over here.
I do.
No, we don't.
Sorry, I'm being dramatic. Okay.
How long do we... Oh, thank you so much. No.
Okay.
I think that would... Yeah.
We need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we do.
We
just heard that we need to wrap it up.
Exactly.
Kingsley, don't feel pressured to like try all these crazy things. You know, if it's your first time, take a look around, walk through the city.
You don't need to go party.
Exactly.
You can do other stuff.
But if you want to,
be our guest.
Have a great time.
For sure.
Yeah. Great.
So just experience it if you're an international student. Feel it out. And if you don't like it, as we were saying before, go home.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. I don't want to is a valid reason to say no.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for listening to this third episode of Campus Confessional. We really appreciated the questions you guys sent in.
We love hanging out with you.
Yeah, this was more a bit of a serious topic, but I do appreciate that we are able to talk about this.
Yeah.
So we hope we were able to help you. You know, Hansa Mag is all about by students for students. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Have a great week.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.